Today we are joined by an absolute living legend, the wonderful, wonderful Mike Love from the Beach Boys. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
You guys are on your Endless Summer Gold World Tour. You've toured all around the world, and the tour's been going on for over a year, so I guess you're taking the endless part pretty literally right now. How's the tour been
Yeah.
going so far, and what are the vibes so far?
Well, it's been going great, actually. We've done lots of nice shows, but we got rained out in Pennsylvania the other day, so we're going to go back on Father's Day and make that one up because we weren't able to do it. But other than that, everything's going smoothly, and we'll be in Charlotte in just a couple of days.
Yep, you'll be here in Charlotte at the Amp Ballantine on Saturday, June 7th. I'm sure you're looking forward to it. It's one of three dates that you guys are playing in North Carolina. I know you all are a little impartial to California and California girls, but when you come down to the Carolinas, any fond memories of playing shows here or any dates you've had around here?
We've done dozens of shows in North and South Carolina. In fact, even what's that theme park on the border? We played that
Yes.
back in the day. Or, yeah, so yeah, I mean, we're in Durham the night before Charlotte at a nice theater, and but the amphitheater is kind of the way to go during the summertime for the Beach Boys, I think.
Awesome. And you guys have such an enormous catalog, such a legendary catalog, 29 albums you've put out. What kind of thought process goes together when you guys are putting together a set list? What can fans expect to hear on Saturday?
I always like to start retro, start from the beginning, Surfing Safari, Surfing USA, and a bunch of surfing songs, and then our song Surfer Girl, dedicated to the ladies, and then do our car songs as well, 409 and Shut Down and I Get Around and all those good things. Really gets the crowd moving, I think, that energy of those songs. And of course, later on in our concert, we'll get into our Pet Sound stuff. God only knows, Salute John B. Wouldn't it be nice? And of course, we got to do Good Vibrations. We got to do Kokomo. And I always like to end up with Fun, Fun, Fun because that song is just such a great rock tune, and people sing along to it too.
Really neat that you bring up kind of the transition that you guys did in your career. Obviously, you started off with um, the surfing kind of vibe, Surfing USA and all that. And then you evolved into Pet Sounds, which is one of the most revolutionary albums ever created. Take me back to the 1960s when you guys were writing that album. What was kind of the drive to do something? And when you were making that, did you know this is going to be something that is going to last forever?
Well, we didn't know what would happen because it was a revolutionary album. My cousin Brian started doing tracks using symphonic orchestration. The you know the if you listen to the tracks of the Pet Sound, it's amazing. You say, how did he do that? So I think that's the thing that's one of the most impressive things about the Pet Sounds album. But we needed time to develop that album because it was a lot of production necessary. So we did the Beach Boys Party album just before that. And out of that party album, our song Barbara Ann caught on and became a huge hit. We didn't even think of it as a hit, but we recorded this album and Barbara Ann was on it. And the promotion guy from Capitol Records on the East Coast got it played on the radio and it took off all over the place. And so we had Barbara Ann, and it became a big hit in January of '66. Pet Sounds came out in mid '66 and became quite a phenomenon. And in the fall, Good Vibrations went to number one in 1966. And that record itself was quite avant garde. It was quite an incredible record. It still is. We love doing it.
really cool to get your insight on that. Obviously, everyone knows Pet Sounds, everyone knows Surfin' USA, but I want to hear. I want you to reach out to the diehard Beach Boys fans out there. Are there any albums in your catalog that fans aren't super familiar with, like Still Cruisin' or MIU album from later in your career that you still look back fondly and hope maybe someday you'll play some of those songs on stage?
Well, I think every album had great songs on it, because each song is like a different personality in a way. It's just like a different kid or something. And so, yeah, even though some of those albums may not have gained as much notoriety or as much recognition, there's still some great songs on it. So there's absolutely no reason why we wouldn't occasionally occasionally put a song in like "Sail on Sailor" or some a little different, and we'll do them and especially if we're doing a 2-hour show like we're doing at the amphitheater.
Cool. And one of the highlights, obviously, is when you guys are going to play Barbara Ann, and we're having Colleen from our Charlotte Today show go on stage with you guys. Is that something you all really look forward to, getting some of the local kind of talent out on stage with you all?
I heard that she was going to do that, and that's great. Yeah, we like having people come out and join us, especially if they have a following in the local area. I think the people can relate to that, and I think it's a Beach Boys party album is what Barbara Ann came out of. So it's just a really fun song.
Awesome. And you guys have been doing this for so long. And we appreciate all the years of music. But 60 years, 60 something years that you guys have been going, what's the drive? What's the motivation to still keep going on tour and still keep giving people this awesome music that they love so much?
Mainly, it's the audience response. If there wasn't a good audience response, we probably wouldn't be doing it. I mean, but people love to hear these songs, and multiple generations, entire families will come out, especially to a place like a state fair or an amphitheater. I mean, the grandparents, their kids, and the children, grandchildren, they'll all come out and enjoy an evening together with the Beach Boys. So I think that's a pretty special thing that we've been at it about 60 years. And so our original fans, of course, love our songs and they come out to see it. And it's kind of like, you know, nostalgia for them, but for their kids and their grandchildren, that's all new. They just love the experience, and we love the fact that the fans like our music so much they turn out to see us year after year.
Awesome. And I wanted to give a personal shout out to you. I learned that you just recently were inducted into the Songwriter Hall of Fame. So congratulations on that. How does it feel to be there enshrined amongst some of the greatest musicians of all time? You got Bob Dylan, Paul McCartney, and even your cousin Brian Wilson. What does it feel like to be among that group?
It's a great honor and it's fantastic. I wrote so many of the words that to the Beach Boys songs, including "Good Vibrations" and "California Girls" and "I Get Around" and "Fun, Fun, Fun" and "Help Me, Rhonda." And that it's finally great to be recognized for that contribution. So it's really quite the honor. And there's some fantastically talented people that you mentioned and more. So it's going to be a very special night on June 12th in Manhattan, New York, when the induction takes place.
Cool. We'll certainly be looking forward to that. That's just a couple days after you guys play here in Charlotte. Again, that's June 7th at the Amp Ballantine. So I want to ask, so the Beach Boys are still putting stuff out, maybe not music, but you guys just had a documentary that came out last year. It's on Disney Plus, and you have had the official Beach Boys book that was released in 2024. What do you think is the thing that keeps people wanting to keep learning more about the Beach Boys and still reading and watching documentaries? What is it about you guys' legacy that's still impactful in 2025?
Well, I don't think we've had a book that was ever done by the Beach Boys. So it's the Beach Boys by the Beach Boys. Everybody contributed their family photos over the years and everything. So it was really a contribution, as was the Disney Plus documentary. It really focused on the origins of the group and the importance of the family connection. My cousin Brian and I were just about a year apart, and we grew up together in my house. I had a grand piano, an organ, and a harp. My mom was obsessed with music. She loved her opera. In fact, she played her opera music to get us up to go to school. That was tough, but uh, every birthday, Christmas, New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving, you name it, it was all about music. And so we grew up in an atmosphere of music, which she set the stage for the actual creation of the Beach Boys.
Really cool. And just a couple more questions for you. I really want to know, obviously, this endless summer, if you guys get what you want, it's never going to end. But if when it's all finally said and done, what is one thing that you want Mike Love and one thing you want the Beach Boys to be remembered for?
Well, I know our music has meant a lot to a lot of people and given people happiness and hope and joy in the midst of their global issues and their personal issues and all that. So I just think that our music, I just hope that people will regard the Beach Boys music as a body of music that gave a lot of inspiration and hope to people. You know, there was a psychologist in Sheffield, England, about 2 years ago, who's researched bunches of songs to see what songs made people feel the best, and Good Vibrations came in at number one. And you know, there was a Bob Dylan in there, a Bob Marley in there. There was Earth, Wind, and Fire by September by Earth, Wind, and Fire was number 10, but we were number one and number eight with I Get Around. So that's pretty darn good to be number one for making people feel good.
Yeah, awesome that you guys have such a long-standing legacy. And just the last question I had, it's a little loaded, but I saw that the first time you guys ever played in Charlotte, North Carolina, was in 1964. Any memories at all of Charlotte back in the 60s? Anything that you could kind of remind people about that you saw
Yes.
here in North Carolina back then, or even
Can you tell
someone
me
like
where
me
it
who was
was?
not alive back then? What?
Can you tell me where it was?
I believe it was at the Charlotte Coliseum in 1964.
Yeah, those coliseums were wild. I mean, in the '60s, that was when the energy was highest with our fans who were just newly into rock and roll. And I'll tell you, things were intense during those times. That was fun. We didn't have all the hits that we have these days, but we had plenty good ones. Starting out, Surfing Safari, Surfing USA, and Little Deuce Coupe and 409, and a bunch of great songs, and we're still doing them to this day, and people still love them.
Really cool. Well, Mike, Mr. Love, it was absolutely a pleasure to get to speak with you today, and we 100% look forward to the Beach Boys here at the Amp Valentine on Saturday, and be looking forward to that. So thanks for taking the time to talk with us today. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you'd like to let us know about
No,
yourself
I
or the
think we're
band
good.
or anything else you have going on?
I think we're good. Thank you so much for having me on the program and getting the word out that we're coming to the Valentine.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye bye.